Yeah, I have my troop here. I'm so touched. You guys are always here every Thursday, rain or shine, right? So welcome to webinar number six, actually. Number five was last week discussion. Excuse my voice today. All right, so today we're going to be talking about follow-up, right? So I realize a lot of demand is on the follow-up. So we're going to be talking about two main areas of follow-ups, the prospect follow-up and also existing customer follow-up, because mixed we do have a mixed group of people who are already, taking care of customers here, and also people who are still in the process of prospecting. I mean, we're always prospecting, right? We never stop. So it's okay if you actually haven't got yourself a single customer yet. That's okay. You will learn how to follow up on the prospects that you're already talking to. So, and you guys can actually stop me anytime if they have anything to say, anything to ask. I want it to be more interactive as well. So just shout out anytime. Okay. So, oh, what happens? Okay. So why do we prospect, right? The fortune is actually in the follow-up. This is something that I've learned. Sorry, let me change my view. Oh, great, that's much better. So the fortune is in the follow-up. Okay, Jing, the business philosopher for Herbalife, said, when you close a deal, you make money for the moment. But when you invest in good customer service manner, you can make a fortune. Like, we actually don't want to emphasize on the fact that we sell the customer one set of products and then we just let them be. We don't even bother calling them up. We don't bother like asking, how's everything going? How do you feel? And all that, right? Then actually it doesn't make us any different to a supermarket or to a place like, say, GNC. I always use GNC as an example because basically people go in there, buy the products, get their sort of like, in-shop customer service and then go home, and the rest is actually up to them to use, right? So in Herbalife, we really focus a lot on the follow-up. Okay, so I'm going to go into the prospect follow-up first. So the prospect follow-up is actually when we meet people on the streets or when we meet people, at network events or any events, people we don't know, co-market, or could be warm market as well, right? People who are potential customers, and how do we follow up on the potential customers here? All right, so I actually don't split them into co-market or warm market. I actually put them all together as just general group of prospects that we have to follow up. Again, the fortune is in the follow-up. Okay, so we actually have different scenarios here, right? Most of us do social media, and networking follow-up is actually the term that I use to encompass anything ranging from walk and talk to, say, meetup groups to like friends social gatherings, any places where you meet people, where you exchange contacts. And also we're going to go into Fit Club follow-up as well. So these three are the main sort of like scenarios, situations where we actually meet our prospects, right, our potential customers. So just going to go into the networking follow-up first, right? You can see that I put down 24 to 48 hour follow-up as the first thing for all the categories. So, and then some of you guys might have heard this from me as well. Like last Sunday, a few of us, all the girls actually, we went out to do our walk and talk in Wan Chai. And then actually, you girls can actually share with everybody, like, how did you feel about your first walk and talk experience very quickly? Sam, you want to, I think, Jiffy, you unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, so I think the first time was a bit like, I think a few of us were a bit apprehensive and we didn't really know what to do, because what I originally thought was that we would be wearing some sort of brand thing, like maybe wellness experts, and people know what we were doing. But it was actually just like being yourself and talking to strangers as if you're just yourself. So that's a little bit of an interesting experience for me, because I feel like, especially in Hong Kong, people aren't really that open to just talking to strangers. Like, people rarely like come up to me and talk to me like randomly. Like, whenever it happens, it's usually a foreigner. So it's a little bit out of the ordinary in Hong Kong culture, I think. But yeah, we did try to talk to people. So it helped that at that time at the location there was an event. So it was a dog event, like a dog walking event. So a lot of people had their dogs with them. So that was one conversation opener. So I think yeah, so I in the end I did manage to talk to two people who were there just to have a coffee, and I started by asking them, "Oh, are you here for the event?" And they said no, and then I started chatting to them a bit. But and by the way, they are actually foreigners, so I did manage to get that guy's card in the end. So that was my one successful walk and talk contact,
That's pretty
and
good.
yeah, I've been trying to like keep in touch with him, but he's like a bit slow in responding to me. So I'm not sure. Maybe he's not very like comfortable. So like maybe I don't know. Maybe he
Oh,
thinks,
that's
oh,
okay. Doesn't matter.
because she
Yeah.
knows that he knows that I'm a fitness coach. That came up in the conversation. So I don't know whether he was expecting that I was selling him something or what. But anyway, it was like one success, small on that day at least. So yeah, I think the key is really to be a little bit more strategic, like find places where you think that there would be like conversation openers, or where people are just like hanging out and not really rushing to go anywhere. So you could really, yeah, like just spend time talking to them.
Cool. So that's your personal experience, right? Shafin, do you want
Yeah,
to quickly share as well? Because you were there as well. Thank you,
Yeah,
Sam. Thank you.
no
for me,
worries.
it was weird, like approaching people. I was like, I really don't know how to start or what to say. Like, what am I doing? Just like chatting and be like, oh, hey, why am I randomly going up to you? But since Jane was leading mine, that was fun because you're really good at like just going and approaching people, and then the following up, like the follow up conversations that we had, and just like being sociable with people. Since it was Sunday, it was a lot of helpers, obviously, as well. And there was one nice comment actually, which was sad but nice at the same time. One of the groups that we saw at Tamar Park, they're like, "Oh, it was really nice that you guys came up to us. Like, we weren't expecting that you suddenly would come up to us and stop right there because people. It feels like people just walk by us, and sometimes you don't feel like we're people. Like they
Like
feel less
they get looked down on because they're helpers, right?
on. So that was really like, we're like, no, James, like, you're a person, my person, what you do, this is just what you do. You're a helper, just like I'm a fitness coach. That's what you're doing, but we're all people, and so,
Hmm.
yeah, that was nice. But yeah, it was fun. We danced with people and then we just told them about what we're doing. And,
Awesome. Yeah. So that was your first experience. Thank you, Shifeng. Yeah. So actually, what we were doing on the street was actually basically, firstly, training your own sort of like your confidence to talk to strangers. Because in our line of work, we have to talk to a lot of strangers, and of course, comfortably when we talk to people who come to us at Fit Club events, right? It's not so much of a threat because they come to our environment. But when we actually put ourselves in a like uncomfortable event, on the streets and reaching out to strangers, it could be very intimidating, right? So you can just see it as an exercise, as a practice, basically to help you really get out of your comfort zone, you know. And in terms of like how to be strategic and all that, those are actually really good valid points as well. At the end of the day, the more you do it, the more you practice, the more you can actually refine, like the details, and you actually start to see a pattern of what works for you and what doesn't work. And maybe this works for, say, Shafin, and then that style doesn't actually work for Sam. Everybody has their own sort of style and structures as well. So yeah, so that's great. Thanks for sharing. So the reason why I refer back to the walk and talk is because that's actually one of the scenarios where we actually meet people, right? And we get a contact. And I was saying to some of you guys, hey girls, it was really good today, but make sure we follow up on the contacts we got. You know, we add some people on Facebook, and Sam got the guy's number, you know, so I remind you guys that, you know, the hot hour, you know, the hot zone is always the 24. For me, I usually contact them within 24 hours. I don't like to leave it till like 48. That's 2 days already, right? Because while the memory is still fresh, they remember you. They're like, oh yeah, hey, we had a conversation today. We interacted today, and you know, they still have a fond memory of you. So it's actually easier to connect. So the first 24, 48 hours is very important. And the next line, keep your promise. So for example, if it comes up in a conversation whereby you're like, oh great, yeah, maybe you can join our hike next week, or I'll give you a call, or you know, I'm gonna like send you an invite to like some event, whatever, right? So you said you're gonna do this, and you make sure you actually do it. You know, like, oh, I'm gonna give you a call like maybe tomorrow evening, or I'm gonna be in touch with you. Let me add you on Facebook, for example, and I can send you blah blah blah, right? So maybe that kind of stuff might come up in your conversation with the person. Make sure you do it, you know, or something like, oh, let's go grab coffee at maybe next Sunday or something like that, right? Make sure you follow up and really ask them, hey, are you still up for that coffee? So yeah, and very importantly, get organized, because the more you guys do, like the more you guys network, the more you guys prospect, you're gonna end up with all these contacts, right? And if we don't actually write them down in the book, or have a, I don't know, some kind of like system or like Excel sheets or something to keep them there, it's very easy to lose track. So every month in my diary, I actually write down names of the people that I just meet. Like, you know, this is new person that I meet this month, right? So every month on my diary, I have a list of the names of the people that I meet, and I write down in the column next to it, Facebook or Fit Club or like random restaurant or whatever. I write it down all the time. And then I write down if I'm making an appointment with this person or not as well. Or maybe this person, you might cross that person off the list, because if this person doesn't respond to you after a certain, you know, number of days, or days, maybe weeks, right? Then you can actually, I'll share with you guys how I do it. Then you can cross them off the list, because when you do your follow-up, you don't want to come across as being annoying, or someone who's stalkish, or someone who's being weird, right? I'm sure you guys have all these concerns as well. So we want to do it properly and professionally. So I always connect people on social media. I know not everybody's on social media, but maybe 90%, I'll say 9 out of 10 people are always on social media, right? Whether if it's Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn, even, you know, actually LinkedIn is actually another really good prospecting tool. So if some of you guys actually on LinkedIn and use LinkedIn a lot, you can actually look at prospecting on LinkedIn. And there are people who don't use Facebook, because Facebook is a big one, like big platform for me. Then I ask for their number. But of course, we have to look at the situation as well, right? Not everybody's keen to give out the number. And if they do give me the number, awesome. I'll use WhatsApp. Okay, if you don't, that's okay. I'll give you a call sometime. Yeah. So just make sure that we have their contact. I mean, when we follow up, we actually connect with them, you know, on that contact they gave us within the 24, 48 hours. And the last point, powerful open-ended questions to build trust. So this is a pointer for everybody. When you actually open a conversation with your prospects, right, don't give them that yes or no kind of questions, because it's very easy to kind of have a dead end, right? To have a dead conversation. Like, oh, do you do this? Do you go to the gym? They say yes. Okay. And then, you know, you're like, okay, then you have to think of another question, right? Because some people might not be very talkative. This would be a very fun challenge for us to really get them to talk about themselves, right? So just create open-ended questions like, okay, do you have like a fitness goal, for example? Okay, so how often do you say, you know, do this? Okay, and then, oh wow, okay, do you actually like to say, not instead of hiking, for example, okay, would you recommend a hiking trail for me, you know? So it's really up to you to be creative, what kind of open-ended questions you want to come up with, just to get them to kind of like, you know, talk, get them to really say more rather than just yes, no, yes, no. Yeah. Okay, do you guys have any questions so far? or anything to contribute? No? Okay. I mean, if you guys actually can think of any scenarios while we are sharing here, just voice up, like, oh, I remember one time I was talking to someone and it became like an awkward situation, you know, like, for example, if you have something like that, just feel free to share with us. Okay, so moving on. So usually when I meet people face to face, you know, I grab the contact and make sure that, you know, I can connect with them on Facebook, because Facebook is my shop front, right? They come to my Facebook, they can see what I do. So it will be easier for me to expose that prospect to what I do. Okay. And then social media follow up, right? So some of you guys are probably already chatting to people on social media or connecting with people on social media. And how do I follow up on those contacts? Maybe, you know, you're randomly adding people, right? I know Zhu is very good at that. Every day he's adding people. You have a list of your daily Facebook ads, right?
Yeah.
And what do you do to follow up on them? What's your follow up method? Would you like to share with us?
Follow up with people new people whom I met on
Yes.
Facebook.
Yes.
Mainly is that if they don't reply me after maybe 2 days, I'll ask them a question like, have you done the wellness evaluation that I sent them? If they don't reply me, then I take it and they're not interested. If they
I
reply
mean,
me, they would.
oh, so you
Yeah,
actually send them a wellness evaluation
yeah,
right
online.
at the beginning?
Yes, I will chat with them, and I'll chat with them, and I'll find out if they have a health or wellness goal. And if they do, they open up to me. Then I'll say, look, I believe that you can accomplish your goals. I can help you. Here's wellness evaluation, and then they will do it or they will not do it. If they don't do it within 2 days, I'll keep tabs and follow up and ask them, hey, have you done the wellness evaluation? Because by right, it only takes 5 to 10 minutes to do it. The most 15 if you want to be really strict about the components that you got to fill up. But it won't take more than that lah. And if they don't reply me, I take it that they're not interested. If they do reply me, they say I'll get it done. It's just I've been busy. Then okay, there is still an opportunity, a possibility that they'll do it. And it's a 50-50. Some will do it, some will just forget about it, and I'll take it. Okay, I'm not going to remind them again. Maybe they're not ready for it, so they'll come back to me when they're ready.
How long do you usually give them? Like, how long do you usually take to wait for the response? And then, like, when do you give up on them? How many days do you wait before you give up on them?
2 to 3 days. 2 to 3 days.
2 to 3 days. Okay. What I would do is, if I send them like, hey, have you done the second time, right? I mean, first time, oh, I haven't heard from you for a while, have you done a wellness evaluation? Okay, so they respond, they don't respond. So if they don't respond, and I'll just wait for like a week or something. Yeah, I'll wait for a week, because 2 to 3 days might be a bit short to give up on them, unless you just stop talking to them and they never come back. Then okay, I can't do anything about it. But I'll still follow up on them. If they don't respond, I'll follow up on them maybe another week later or a week and a half or something, right? And I'll actually checking on them saying that, okay, I hope everything's okay with you. I haven't got a response from you, just to check in on them, not saying that, hey, have you done it, have you done it? Just say, oh, I hope everything's okay with you. I haven't heard from you, for a little while. And what I would say this time is that, I don't want to be something like I'm hounding you down, right? If you're actually not interested to carry on with the conversation with me or something, right? It depends. I don't say the same thing all the time. If you're actually not interested to talk more about your health goals or something like that, it's okay. I'll just I'll let you be, right? So for chats like that, I'll be like, yeah, so I don't want to kind of bother you, I'll let you be. So I am out there like looking for people to help as well, but if you're not interested, I'll cross you off my list. So actually sometimes when I use that line, it works really well, because some people, they're probably really, really busy, right? And then they just put it off and they really don't have time to respond to you. And the easiest way to sort of like to show that they're busy is they just don't respond at all. And if you actually present the business opportunity to someone, right, you can actually you can follow up on them maybe 2 times, 3 times, but then maybe like don't give up on them, just kind of like be silent, right? You can just be very professional and also be genuine with them, saying that, sorry, I don't, not sorry, actually you don't have to say that. You just said,
Yeah.
I don't actually want to come across as being very annoying, or I don't want to, be hounding you down. But if you're not interested in the business opportunity that I presented to you last time, it's okay. No problems. I'll just take you off the list. But let me know if you still want me to be giving you updates or something, right? So usually when people hear that, oh, you're crossing me off the list, you're not considering me, psychologically, it gets them curious. It gets them thinking, oh, there's a bit of that sense of urgency. It gets them thinking, oh, okay, I need to get back to you. So you guys can probably try a bit of that, that sort of method at some stage, okay? So depending on what your dynamic is with that person. Yeah. So, oh, thanks for sharing, Wei. Yeah. I'll suggest you to actually checking on them again, give another week. Yeah. And checking on them again, So,
Okay.
yeah, because it is a numbers game as well, right? And you don't want to give up on people so fast and then move on, move on, move on as well. It does require a bit of persistency from us sometimes. We want to be persistent. We don't want to be pushy at the same time. So on the social media side, right? Some of the key rules are the same. Like we keep ourselves organized and we respond to them 24 to 48 hours to keep the conversation hot. Keep the relationship building hot, so they remember you, and you can actually, while the relationship is hot, you can actually make appointments with them. Like, hey, if you're nearby, do you want to come by my club? Sometime this week, or what's your schedule like? I usually try to seize the moment. I don't like to actually let the appointment be scheduled, like say too far in the future. Like say if someone who's going away for holiday, right? They're like, oh, next week or this weekend I'm flying away, and you look at the calendar, there's still a few days. Oh, from someone like me, I usually try to catch them before they fly away, because when they come back and schedule time with you, a lot of things could change potentially, right? So you don't really want them to change their mind, or I don't know, something happens when they come back and then they probably reschedule the appointment with you, or they cancel it, right? So we want to avoid that kind of stuff to happen. So always seize the chance and try to meet with a prospect as soon as possible. And a very important part for social media is to create engagement with these people. So engagement is not only just clicking on the likes and it's actually also commenting. So for me, commenting is actually more important than just like their posts. It's easy to like, right? Just like. But if we're actually chatting to quite a few prospects, and then we can actually comment on their post. When we actually comment, obviously it gets their attention, right? Your prospects be like, oh, for example, oh wait, he's commenting on my post. And when you comment, don't say, I'll suggest you guys don't say things like, yeah, good job, awesome, that kind of stuff, right? Because we're prospecting with a purpose, right? We're not prospecting just simply for the fact to, like, I don't know, please people or to make people like us, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, it's a signal saying that it's going to end in 10 minutes. Stay with free. Yeah, we're actually prospecting with purpose. So when we actually leave a comment for the prospects, we ask a question. Questions always work. If someone who's like posting a photo of a food will be like, wow, that looks really good, did you cook that? What did you use to cook this? Or someone who's posting a photo of them working out, right? You could actually ask a question like, oh, this is your favorite workout, what sort of routine do you follow? Post a question. So a question would get their engagement, would get their response more easily. Here's my $10, not $10, my $1 million tips. And also another tip for you guys, which works really well, which I have tried, is I didn't put it here. It's called the warm up strategy for social media. I noticed Sam started to do live video recently, right? Which is really awesome. On Facebook, your live video on Facebook, right? So before you,
I just did that yesterday.
oh, that's good. That's good. You also did one on Instagram. That wasn't live, like an Instagram sort of like.
No, I do some stories sometimes.
That's good. That's good. I don't know how the algorithm works in Instagram, but for Facebook, for sure, next time when you actually plan, I know you're a good planner. When you plan to post a Facebook Live, even if it's a very impromptu one, right? Like you're at the park, you're like, hey, why don't I do a Facebook Live video? Before you do that, right? give yourself about a good 10 minutes to 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, do a warm up. So what do I mean by warm up? You go to your Facebook, right? You go to your Facebook and you go to your audience. I mean, you go to your friends. You know how we scroll down, 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 right? You go to the people's names, okay? And then you actually engage with them, you know, do the clicks and leave comments, do like really, really good quality 5 to 10 minutes of that. You know, like you can select the audience or you can just do that on everybody, you know, on the news feed, right? Do about 5 to 10 minutes of that. We call it the warm up, right? Leave comments, leave you know, likes, blah blah blah. Do that for 5 to 10 minutes, and then you post your Facebook Live video. So somehow by doing that, it actually makes your Facebook Live feed more reachable. You can actually it can actually reach out to more audience by doing that. Then the fact that you are not doing anything, you are not engaging with anybody on your Facebook, and you just post a live, you can actually see the difference. It's actually a massive difference. Yeah.
Oh, that's
This
interesting.
is a tip I got from some insider. They know how the algorithm on Facebook works. But of course, the algorithm changes all the time, right? So we gotta keep ourselves updated as well. But this actually works quite well because by doing that, you know, you're warming up your audience. You know, you just go like, okay, comments, comments. You know, a good 5-10 minutes. After that, okay, all right, I'm gonna do Facebook Live. And then the algorithm, on Facebook is like, oh my God, Sam, she's being super active on my social media, you know. I mean, on Facebook, right? Okay, that's gonna give Sam the full support. So when she broadcasts herself, we're gonna get her more audience. Yeah, that's probably what Facebook is thinking, you know, as a system. So yeah, so this is a tip for everybody who's looking to do a Facebook Live. That's something that will really work and get you more like random, leads, random audience as well. Yeah, and then after you interact with everybody, it's time for you to have a good chat with them and invite them to the event. So always ends with like an invitation, like, do you want to come to my boot camp, or don't say do you want to, right? Because you're throwing out the question where they say yes or no or maybe, so just said, oh, I have a boot camp, that you might be interested in, you say you are looking to shape up, right? In boot camp we do like booty shape up, that might actually interest you, bring some friends along, so just an example. All right, anybody got any questions so far? No? Okay, I know you guys are probably eager to try the Facebook Live now. Okay, so we're gonna move on to Fit Club. Okay, so how do we do Fit Club follow-up? And I know like Shafin and Sam, you both had guests coming over to Fit Club recently, which is pretty amazing. So just a little, I know you guys have done the body scan with them and you have done the wellness evaluation, like a quick one with them as well, right? And it seems like your friends already love the experience with us. And how we normally follow up on people who have attended Fit Club is like people, whether if they're your friends or randoms, right? Is that I always make sure that on the night, I ask them, oh, have you liked our Facebook? Do you know we're on Facebook? Have you liked our Facebook? And they'll be like, oh, no, not yet. Or they liked it, okay. And then I personally ask them for their Facebook account, like, oh, can I add you on Facebook? And I can guarantee you 10 out of 10 people wouldn't say no because they have already got such a good experience with you. They've done training with you. They're not going to say no to you. So instantly, grab the Facebook instantly on the night. Because what happens a lot of times is that not all of these people will come back, right? They might tell you that, oh yeah, I really love it. Next week I'll come back with friends. Next week they might never show up, and like they might never come back with friends. And if you don't have the contacts, like, oh, where did they go? Yeah, unless they liked our event or clicked on the event, then you can still kind of like stalk them, right? Like go and have a look and look for the person. So I always ask for their social media on the night and connect with them. And the next day, so once you guys are connected, you can actually follow up with them. Usually the next day is really good time to follow up. Oh, did you sleep okay? After the workout last night. For the people who don't usually work out, they work out for the first time. Is your body feeling okay? I hope you liked the experience last night. Just kind of out of genuine care. You ask. You want to know if their body is like struggling, in pain, or what, right? So that usually leaves a really good impression for them. And and you can ask them, if you really like a workout, you can actually bring some friends and colleagues along next week, right? The more the merrier. And we normally take photos on the night, right? And Sam's been doing a great job sharing and posting the videos and the photos. Thank you so much. And what I would do in the past, and now I still do it because we know some of the people already, right? We're friends with it, so we can just tag the photos without their permission. But say if there are new people, right? I usually ask, like, is it okay, when we post the photos on our Facebook page, on my Facebook page, and I tag you, or some people might actually tell you, I don't want to be tagged, and we just gotta get that okay. What happens with tagging is, I like the feature tagging only when we have their permission, right? Is when you actually tag them in the photos, their friends can see it as well. So that becomes like a really good organic, marketing for us. So I normally do that, so the next day, and then, you post the photos and you tag everybody so that the photos are not only be seen by the people who are subscribed to the page, but also the photos can be seen on, everybody's Facebook wall, what do you call it? Yeah, news feed as well. So our purpose here is to get ourselves exposed to as many people as possible. So the Fit Club follow-up on that one particular individual is actually quite important, because that one particular individual, say his name's David, he came and you follow up on David, hey, how you doing? Can I tag you in our photo from last night? And David says, yes, great. We're getting the Fit Club model exposed to David's friends when he's okay with it. So yeah, so that's something that I'm always like, okay, gotta do that. And of course, we do a bit of talking with them, open a conversation, get to know about them, and we learn about their interests and fitness habits. So we can actually make recommendations like, oh, you should check out this. You can actually join our other classes, and then also, slowly lead their attention into the nutrition and the programs and everything else that we do here. Yeah, so this is the Fit Club follow-up. And I'll put down a little note here. You guys can probably read it a bit more later when you get the PDF of this. It's actually a numbers game. It's a game of numbers and relationship building. So, like sometimes you're like, okay, I haven't found enough people yet, or I haven't got enough customers. It actually just means that you haven't been talking to enough people. That's all. Don't beat yourself up for that. Just think about, what is lacking. I gotta make up with the numbers as well. So yeah. All right, and we have 1 minute left, and then we're gonna log into the same room again. So some of the mistakes we want to avoid when we're actually prospecting. Number one, you fail to follow up with them. We always follow up. If we don't follow up, nothing's ever going to happen, unless we're so lucky that sometimes they actually come to us, right? Or when they say no to you the first time, you immediately get so like beat up. You're like, oh my god, I want to hide. No, okay, cross off the list already. It doesn't mean that person says you a no forever. And don't assume that they're not interested just because they probably said something, they act a certain way. No, we always. Sorry.
It's very true. Assume they won't be interested. It's very easy to do that.
Yeah, like you have to think about the source of your thinking. What's the origin of your thought of that? Oh, they're not interested, right? So that's something you can actually think about. Oh, why? Okay, yeah, and I think Max should be coming in a second. Yeah, so I'm just gonna carry on from here. Yeah, so just don't assume that they're not interested. Like sometimes maybe they make a facial expression, or they look a certain way, fold their arms or something like that, and we're immediately reading those signals as like rejection signals, right? And then of course, as new distributors, when our confidence is not quite high, we we get scared right away when we see signals like that, right? It's totally understandable, but it's very important for us to really compose and keep calm, and don't create any stories. Don't read too much into their expressions or body language or things like that, and just be firm with our stance, right? Okay, and other mistakes will be like you overinflate the opportunity or the product. Want to avoid doing that, and you made it about yourself instead of them. Okay, this is a very important one. I want everybody to remember. I mean, there are many scenarios where we make it about ourselves and about them. Maybe sometimes we kind of like talk too much about our product results, or our story, with the business or whatever it is, right? Without actually asking them, what is their desire, what is their need, and be interested in what do they want as well. I mean, we can briefly talk about our own story, right? And also, but the 80% of the conversation should be about them as well. And also another area of how we make it about ourselves is, say, if you set a target for yourself, right? Like, I have to close this client, I have to close this client. And then this person, I mean, not client, this prospect probably, it's like, oh, I want to think about it. You can't close the person right away.
I don't know how
Wow, is that from Shafin?
Oh, is it still, is my sound not?
Down, that's it. So, like, like you're too obsessed with the fact, oh my God, I have to like close this prospect today. Then in a way, you're so attached to the results, and then you're making it all about you. Not instead of about, okay, how can I help this person get the message across, educate a person today, and when the person hears you and when the person is ready, okay, maybe the person will come back, say, tomorrow, and you can close the person tomorrow. So this is actually my strategy, right? And I remember last time Chris said that we do have to keep a good balance of closing, because at the end of the day, it is a business, and also building relationships, right? So over a period of time, we'll practice more. We'll know how to make that balance rather than like push it. Oh my God, I gotta make this target today, and then you actually make it all about you. You want to make the money today, right? So okay, so that's all for the prospecting follow up. Everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, we're gonna move on to the customer follow up now, which is actually the bigger part of today. So I'll talk a little bit more, too much about the prospect follow up. It's equally important. Okay, when we have the prospect, we'll have the customers, right? So you can look at customer follow up as a coaching service and also a customer care that we actually give to our clients, right? And I know some of you guys are already starting to take care of your customers already, and there's still many things you can actually learn and to refine. The more you do it, the more you actually would know how to do it properly. So why do we do customer follow up? Very straightforward. We want to build a solid and long-term customer base through repeat orders and referrals. When you serve someone and they become very happy, they get good results from you, they'll automatically want to introduce you to more customers. And it is an experience you provide for them. And in essence, it is a customer service, right? And it comes with the products. Some people will be like, why is your product so much more expensive than GNC? I can get something for a lot cheaper on iHerb, for example, right? You guys will come across a lot of those objections for sure. And this is when we can tell them that it's because you're actually paying for the service. Not only that you're paying for good quality products, but you're also paying for my service, my coaching service, right? And I'm there with you, like now, during, and after, and even ongoing. Right. So, so you can think about how don't think of the fact that we're babysitting someone. We're not babysitting someone. We're actually really helping someone to achieve their health goals. And as a result, more and more people will benefit from the products. Okay. And so we have a few tools for follow-up. You can follow up on customers anywhere, anytime. The most simple ones, the main ones we have here is, firstly, your enthusiasm and genuine care. So your own being, how much you care about your customer. You bring yourself there, you show that genuine care, and also ask them about the life as well. Instead of only talking about, okay, yeah, how's your energy this week, how's your water, and all that kind of stuff that doctors will say, right? We're also in a human relationship building business. So ask about the life, how's your wife doing? How's your kid doing? What did you get up to? Or how was the Chinese New Year, for example, right? Oh, wow, blah, blah, blah. So you do want to know more and more about your customer, right? So that it is a very human experience. And it becomes a good friendship at the end of the day as well. And then we have our customer profile and progress notes. And luckily, we have the W network, right? And so even if you guys don't carry your book, maybe some of you guys have a little book like the one I carry, which I write down every customer's details and things like that, then you can just have your phone, all the details of all your customers are on the phone. So which is why it's very important when you actually start on a new customer, you have to get their details into the app right away and get them to download the app as well. So it's like, oh yeah, that's okay. And Tanita machine, put you on the Tanita machine, put it in right away, and you can see the progress already. So everything is here. And have the Tanita machine ready when you do the follow-up, because the machine will do the reading, right? Measuring tape is optional, but I do recommend all of you guys to actually have a measuring tape to tape your customers, especially the customers who are actually quite big, right? So when they actually drop, say big as in like, I don't know, 70 to 80, 90, 100 kilos, that big. Because when it drop the weight, the inches will show as well. Sometimes the reading might not be so significant on Tanita, but on the measuring tape, it shows. And always take photos, every time when you follow up on them, whether it's like every week or every 2 weeks, every 10 days, always take progress photos as well. And when they get to a good result, we give them recognition, sometimes I'll give them a little gift, like a shaker bottle, or give them like, I don't know, some protein bars. It's really up to you. Usually the gift I give them is also Herbalife related. So they feel like, oh my God, I get rewarded for losing weight. Isn't that great? Or you can actually make a little collage, little certificate for them as well. So they feel great about themselves. And, always invite them to the events. The events might not always have to be like big club or spa party or something like that. It could even be just social events like hiking or going to the beach, family barbecues and things like that. Yeah. And then the last one is think of each of your customer as a plan. Okay. So what do I mean by that? You can think of each customer who actually needs a particular plan, right? Some people probably need a 21-day plan. Some people just need a 7-day detox. Some people 90 days, 30 days. So when you think of that customer, the name associated with the plan, it actually helps you stay on track. And you know how to follow up, like when to follow up on the person and how to follow up. And you can actually kind of keep track. Oh, is she or is he actually reaching to his goal, the goal that we established together as well. So these are the main tools. As long as you have in what do you call it? In a nutshell, as long as you have your phone and the Tanita machine, you're already there for the follow-ups. So thanks to the technology we have, and thanks to Chris. And I'll share the PDF with you guys after the presentation. I have a flow chart, like the first consultation service flow chart, like what do I do, step 1, step 2, step 3. So you guys can actually follow that. So by doing all the steps, you know that you're not missing out anything and everything flows in quite well. And it's divided into 2 parts. You do the wellness evaluation, and then after you kind of like, introduce them to the program and you close the deal, what do you have to do? You have to set up the next appointment and then schedule, and then you send them the nutrition guide as well. And I believe most of you guys have seen my nutrition guide, right? Which I send out to each customer. It's similar to the 10-day challenge as well. So they feel like, oh my God, this is part of my customer care. I actually have a copy of my personalized nutrition guide to sort of like, refer back to, right? And they can see on the phone as well. And this is just a sample of one type of meal plan I give to certain customers. Sometimes they ask for a very specific one, like, can you recommend something? I don't want to say me every day. And I'm a very visual person, so I like to go online and look for nice pictures of the meals. Of proper meals I think will be good for them. And the Shifin got one, remember, at the beginning? And I look for some very, Indian, Bangladeshi type of cuisine for you as well. So it varies, if someone who's Caucasian, then you can't give them too much like, Chinese stuff, right? So it really varies by the customer. Another type of meal plan is more generic, whereby you just let them see that you do 1 shake a day or 2 shakes a day. And, and there's more to the nutrition guide. If you haven't seen it, I can actually share the PDF with you guys again. You can take a look at it and you can use it as well. Okay, some of the key points to keep in mind. You can actually have it written down on your little notebook. I'll suggest you guys to have a notebook or some kind of system to keep with you. Every time when you follow up on a customer, you can actually have it on hand. And some of the key questions key points to think about when you follow up with them. You know, like have you been skipping meals? You know, skipping meals is quite bad. You know, you have to explain to them why. You know, and also, you know, have they been doing any exercises? The ones who are capable to do exercises, right? You know, what type of exercise are they doing? Is it right for them? You know, so those are the things you can think about. You know, that will come up in the conversation, right? You know, check if they're drinking enough water. You know, is it according to the water suggestion you give them? You know, have they been resting well? Have they been under long stress lately? And also look at their intake of the macros. That's actually quite important too. Are they eating enough protein? You know, from the food they described to you, you know, they're eating enough healthy fats and good carbohydrates for their body's needs and goals, right? So it's different according to the individual goals as well. And also, you know, our role is to really inspire them to get to the goals. You know, sometimes they might have a nervous breakdown. They might have like a meltdown in front of you. Like, oh my God, I thought I was going to be so good with my, you know, routine, but I didn't realize I'm so weak. I can't do this. Yeah, trust me, I've had people crying in front of me. Like, you know, I need help. I don't know how to do this, you know. So it is very important for us to really kind of bring them back on track and give them the right motivation. And it's important for us to be human, right? So we can relate to them. And also the most important part is, you know, sharing good nutrition knowledge with them. Each time when we see them, we give them some tips, you know, give them a little bit. We don't have to dump all the nutrition knowledge to them in one go, you know, because it's hard for them to absorb. And then it's actually, it doesn't work like that. They won't remember all of it. So every time when we see them, we can actually give them just a little bit. And also, I always ask the customer, you know, what do you actually enjoy? What do you like about the programs? You know, and they will tell you blah, blah, blah. And then what are the challenges? You know, this week, what is your challenge? And so far, what are you finding it difficult to do? So when they actually tell you, okay, what am I struggling with? Then you actually understand, okay, how can I help this person better again? Okay, so the person is probably not losing weight this 2 weeks is because, oh, okay. So those are the things that you can keep in mind. I think Sam's probably answering her call, so it's okay. And if you guys have any questions, just throw it out, okay? All right, and just some supporting tips here for you guys. Yeah, I highlight the word extra, yeah, because I personally do go the extra miles for all the customers, you know, give them that extra touch, you know, maybe extra, you know, not just birthdays and this and that, but I gotta make sure that always checking on them, especially the new customers. The first 10 days, I say hi to them every day, unless they already told me at the beginning that, you know, I don't want to be bothered every day. You know, you can checking on me every third day or once or twice a week or something like that. But the ones who are okay with it, here's something I should put down here. Always actually ask them if it's okay. Like, how would you like to be followed up? You know, do you want me to follow up on you maybe for the first 10 days every day? Or do you want me to actually check in on you every other day, right? So we get there okay, and then we go from there. Because everybody's style is different. And then yeah, we learn about the customers and personalize the experience for them. Some people might not be so sporty, then we actually, you know, use another method. Some people who are quite sporty, then, you know, we kind of personalize it, right? Give them something more fun to do, which is more related to their lifestyle. And, you know, always recognize, you know, their loyalty and also their achievements. Yeah, which is really, really big in here. You know, in Herbalife, we always talk about, you know, celebrate. We have to celebrate the achievement, you know, and don't be too humble. Like, oh, it's just 10 kgs. Okay, I can do better. Come on, 10 kg is a lot. Even if you lose 2 kg, that's really a lot as well. I like to make a big deal out of it. You know, make a big deal, make them feel good. You know, make them feel that they're recognized. But then we keep on going. You know, it gives them more confidence to keep on going. And then create a community of customers on Sam's back, and we create a community of customers. You know, it's more like the community for customers is more like a social aspect that we create for them, so that they constantly meet the coaches and all the other community members face to face or online, like what we did this morning with the shakes thing. Okay, next week some of you guys have to join. It's super fun this morning. And the last point, don't overpromise. You know, if they're like, oh, can you help me lose 50 kg in 2 months? You know, you know it's not realistic, right? And you'll be like, okay, hang on. Okay, let's break it down. Let's do a plan. You know, Max is really good at that. You know, a system, a planning. You know, how are we going to do that? Be realistic with them as well, but we also make sure they get to the goal. Maybe 50 kg, okay, 1 year, all right? Yeah. So do you guys have anything to share at this point? No? Okay, cool. So I'll just keep going then. Okay. So apart from some of the supporting, the customer support tips, right? I want to share some of the principles of coaching that I actually personally follow. These are the coaching qualities that I actually got from when I was doing my sports nutrition coaching certification. And I feel that these actually are very important for us to keep in mind, especially a lot of us actually fitness coaches as well, right? When we actually coach our customers, we know, do, and coach. So for example, we need to have good knowledge firstly, right? And if we're helping our customers to lose fat, we need to know how to lose fat ourselves, right? And then, maybe actually most likely we need to experience it ourselves. We know that the method works, and then we know how to coach it. So it's not all theory, right? So it comes across as very authentic. And then we teach and communicate. So we're not teachers, because we're not just there to tell them, what to do, give them the knowledge and that, but we're also here to actually work with different personalities. That is what I mean by communicate. Communicating is not just simply by speaking, send a message and speaking. It's actually about how we can smartly, psychologically, working with different types of people. I got some information to share with you guys after the video about the different types of personalities, and we can actually probably do a general categories, put people into different categories and go, okay, for people who really like all the scientific facts, okay, I need to be emphasizing on this. Okay, this is the way I do it. I know some of you guys really love strategies. This is a little bit of a strategy here. Some people who like all the fun things, they don't really want something, they don't care about the scientific facts. And then you know how to work with them. Okay, introduce them to all the fun things, because that will actually get them motivated. So yeah, so this is the communication part. Ask good questions. It goes back to our key follow-up points previously. Ask the key questions so you can get a lot of information of your customers. Lead by example, display commitment. These two are really, really important for us as coaches. If we cannot even do the things we cannot expect our customers to do, if we're not disciplined ourselves, how can we expect our customers to be disciplined? Because here's the thing, right? Our customers are always looking. They're always looking at us. They're always looking. They're not kind of keeping tab of, okay, she's late this time. Okay, all right, she's gaining weight. They're not, but subconsciously they're always around you. They can actually see, right? So whatever we do is actually a direct influence to the people around us. And display commitment. It's not just the commitment to our customers, but also commitment to ourselves as coaches. Our responsibilities and things like that. And lastly, unlock and inspire. Unlock their sort of difficulties and weak spots and things like that. Help them find their blind spots, help them actually strengthen their weak spots, and also inspire them. We just have to be sort of we have to find our own way to inspire everybody. Maybe it's by having a nice body, or with great knowledge we have, or maybe with our human touch, or being relatable. Whatever it is, we have to always be there to inspire them. Yeah. Okay, and then moving on, follow-up. I'm not going to go into details. You guys can actually take a good look at the proper, schedule that I set up for you guys in the team folder. Always have a follow-up plan. First day, you ask them something. Okay, follow up on the third day, fifth day. A lot of times people like us to follow up as new customers every single day. Right? Ask them to send photos of what they eat, send it to me. I want to see what you eat and give some comments. And then week 1 follow up, week 2, when you actually follow up with them, make sure that you make the appointment for the next follow up right away. But sometimes they really disappear, right? And it's actually a good way for us to be sure that they're actually with us. They're committed and they're with us. So next Wednesday, we meet at the same time, same place. Okay, cool. And after the weekly follow-up, you make the appointment with them again and again and again. And we can also make notes of each follow-up as well. And the questions and also, the follow-up points will vary each week as well. So yeah, so the main point here is a new customer, the first 30 days is very crucial. We cannot ignore the follow-up in the first 30 days because they really need us to get their first 30-day results. Okay, and then here's a little flow chart, how everything works. You can see personal follow-up is one of the main pillars in this little cycle of how to turn customers into loyal customers. We provide really good follow-up service, and then so that actually ensures them to get a really good result. When they get a good result, they get recognized and little awards from us. Yeah, they feel great. And also at the same time, we plug all the customers into a support system, a community support, social, support, everything, and education, all that. So they're always sort of like in that realm, in our little sort of like, not bubble, they're always in that little network whereby they know that all the coaches are always there for me, the information, the knowledge, the nutrition is always there. I'm looked after by my coach and also by everybody in the community. So you can see how everything flows very organically and very nicely, and to keep to build a really good long-term customer base for everybody here. Yes, so I hope you guys can follow. And then here's a quote from our founder, Mark Hughes. You must have more faith than your customers sometimes, more than they even have in themselves. It's actually very true, because a lot of times they can't see it themselves. They're like, yeah, I hope I can lose 5 kg. I hope I can do this. They don't really have that much confidence, because maybe for the majority of their lives, they have been fat, they have been looked down on, or they've been like despised or whatever, right? They don't really have a pleasant experience. So they don't really have a high confidence themselves. So they don't actually believe in themselves they can do it. But then we're there as that sort of like pillar of strength for them, to tell them that you can do it. I believe in you. Of course, when we say it, we really have to mean it as well, right? We have to mean it and look them in the eye and say, we can do it together, all right? You give me a commitment, I'm here to help you. I can actually work even harder than you to push you, right? So yeah, because all of them need that guidance and encouragement. So, all right. So that was actually the end of our webinar for today. I actually want to emphasize on the coming up March 10-day weight loss challenge here. I encourage everybody to invite people, co-market, warm market, whatever market that you're working on, plug people in here. This is a good chance for you to actually, close a few breakfast sets and get people to try it, and actually have your chance to really start to take care of some new customers as well. It's actually pretty good because everybody's in it. All of us are in it, and we are there to support each other as well. And all the materials have already been created, from last year. So you guys don't really have to worry about all the extra things. We can actually have a meeting about this a bit later, so we can actually assign different roles as well. What else? Yeah, so again, the Members Development Weekend in Malaysia. And also today, I just received this. The Quinton Reward. He's a very famous guy in Herbalife. He's only 27 years old. He's French, and he has actually achieved one of the very important top ranking in Herbalife at the age of 26 after 4 years of being in the business, right? So he's actually the key speaker at the extravaganza event in May that's coming up in Singapore. I don't know if you know about this, Wei. I just got it from Chris today. I was like, wow, that's amazing. This guy has a lot to, we have a lot to learn from this guy. You guys can actually follow him on his social media. He's actually very strong on Instagram. And he used to be a rugby player, I believe. And the team he has built are mainly big club kind of coaches. So he has actually managed to open up a lot of fit clubs all around France. I mean, his downlines, his teams have opened up a lot of multiple, fit clubs all around France. And all of them actually have that similar vibe, that kind of young, sporty vibe, the fitness vibe. So I highly encourage you guys to go and check out his Instagram. I can send an Instagram link to you guys after the video. And what else? He actually has done something very interesting I saw recently on YouTube. He did this thing called the 10-minute challenge, 10-minute 10 invite challenge. So he brought his one of his partner with him with a camera to film him going out on the street and invite 10 people. He's like, okay, this is a challenge I give to myself. I want to invite 10 people to our club within 10 minutes. So that was actually quite fun watching. He's like, hey, stop, yeah. So boom, 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 boom. He would just go on the street. Like, he's amazing. He's very charming. Just talk to people, invite. And he got 10 numbers. 10 invites within 10 minutes. Oh my God, I'm like, oh my God, this guy is amazing. Anyway, okay, so that is it, you know, from what I have to share. Now I want to hear from you guys. Oh, my timekeeper is really good today. 11 o'clock, I finished talking. Now I want to hear from you guys. Each one of you guys share something. Yes.
And I've got something to share about the last part where, you know, we have to have more faith in our customers, because this part, because I mean, I always have this faith, all right, in getting the results that my customers want, because I know that, you know, with the optimal nutrition of our nutritional products that we have, and, you know, my experience, that's going to help, you know, that's going to get them the results for sure, you know. And if they stick to the plan that I have, you know, of course with good communication is what we've said, because humans, right, we all have feelings, and, you know, we are not robots in a way. If we come out with a one-size-fits-all plan, we always have to be very, very distinct to, you know, communicate with our customers and find out what they're going through. And, you know, this more faith in your customers is actually, I experience it at the highest level, because my coach, when it comes to weightlifting, right, you know, I do get, you know, afraid. I do tell him, look, I'm really worried I can't hit these numbers, you know, in my lifts. And, you know, he knows how to target very well. So me with my customers, I'm like that, you know. But when it comes to me experiencing it, I realize that, you know, the coach having more faith than the client or the athlete, right, really makes a big difference. It really gets them more assured. And with more assurance, right, you bring them up, it actually brings them up to the next level a lot easier. Like, you know, I know that I'll get there. And, you know, it's only a matter of fact that whatever my coach just says, you know, that, you know, he has faith in me, say, don't worry, you know, don't chase the numbers in the lifts, you know. The movement is more important, the technique is more important, the feel is more important. And fair enough, maybe the next training session on the day itself, right, I hit a new PR. So, I mean, having more faith in your customers, right, will really help. Will really, really help. It definitely will help, because the psychological confidence that they have, right, is tremendous. It's phenomenal. You know, they will switch on automatically. You know, I'm gonna explain that. You know, I don't even purposely switch on. It just comes on naturally. And I believe that when I coach clients about, you know, not just in nutritional coaching but in physical training, right, you know, it comes on just like that also. They realize that I ask them a question. Sometimes they don't ask, they say, oh, I feel better. You know, with
That's
the
awesome.
nutrition products is a lot, I have to say, the faith part, right, in nutrition products is a lot easier, because it's good nutrition. The results is like 95 to 100% confirmed it's going to happen. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Wei. So what are you working on this week? And anything that you find that's a bit of a challenge, or like?
Well, it's just training for now, and yeah, I mean, if it appears that the long-standing weakness I have in my training, which is the snatch, right, that lift, right, it's become my strength, and my strength, which is a clean and jerk, is somehow become a little bit of a weakness. Yeah, so I need to just brush up on that. And it is worrying, because, you know, if my clean and jerk is too light, right, the weight, I mean, it's too close to my snatch, right, total numbers is not going to be very, very impressive or very good. And, you know, it is worrying, because clean and jerk you're supposed to clean and jerk 30 kilograms above what you can snatch, and I was having trouble hitting that kind of numbers. So yeah, that's something I need to work on this week. And with my competition next week coming up, next is exactly on week, yeah, but, you know, I got to rest a few days.
Make sure you rest. Yeah. Remember how we said we have to tell our customers to rest and recover?
Yeah.
You got to do the same yourself, you know. We cannot be wellness coaches when we're not even practicing wellness ourselves. So just remember that. Yeah. Thank you for sharing, Wei. You know, we're going to be there spiritually, you know, to support you for your competition. Did you say it's only a week away?
It's next Sunday.
Next Sunday. Wow. Okay. Gonna make sure you send the pictures in, or someone's gonna be there to do a live video for you, so we can be here in Hong Kong to cheer for you.
What
Yeah.
time is it?
Wow. No details have been released yet though. It's going to be very last minute because in the federation, the training center we are training, they're in the midst of moving to the competition venue. So it's quite messy right now for them.
Well, what's the whole duration of the competition? Do you know?
Okay, most probably it's going to be late morning to late afternoon. Yeah, because
I'll be in Singapore.
yeah, it depends on how many weight classes. Yeah.
Nice. That's really awesome. In the past, we have shared a lot of ways, competition videos and stuff on our Facebook. I remember. He goes for a lot of competitions in a year. We're so proud of you. That's awesome. Once that's done, you can like relax for a bit and shift some of the focus back to your business building as well, right? So
Yeah, I want to do that. We're getting a little bit.
great. Well, you're gonna see Sam very soon because she's gonna be in Singapore this weekend, right? Yeah. That's gonna be amazing. When are you going, Sam?
I'm next Wednesday afternoon.
Oh, next
So I'm
Wednesday.
join the Thursday boot camp.
Sorry. Okay, you're going this weekend already, right?
No,
Next.
Oh, okay. Right. Got you. Awesome. Okay, so Sam, do you have anything to share with us? Like, you just post your schedule on our group, right? Thank you so much for
Oh, I
like,
did.
yeah, I saw it. Like, I think we all saw that, right? Do you want to share with us what are you working on this week, and what are the things that you're happy about, and what are you struggling with?
Okay. Let me take a look. So yeah, because I'm now studying for my certified personal trainer. So I have to leave a lot of time for that. So some studying time, usually during lunchtime. Otherwise, I think I also I'm like scheduling some time for just thinking about like promotion campaigns or like future like program designs too. So yeah, I'm thinking of like when the new club opens, um, some class I can run some classes. So I'll be thinking more about that. And then yeah, also spending some time doing some social media prospecting, just looking at groups, like hopefully groups that are relevant, like maybe around the location to, just trying to add people. And yeah, so, some people do add me back and we
Great.
talk a little. But yeah, so just in the process of just chatting with people now. Yep.
Nice.
So, and actually, yeah, another thing that I thought of was so yesterday, because I did just decided to do a run out to Tama Park, and I actually thought that might be kind of a good way to like do some walk and talk as well. Like while I'm there, I could like see who's hanging around, and like tell them about what I'm doing right now, and maybe ask them to join me. So that I think that might be quite a good venue to do that.
Mm.
So I'm thinking of actually like doing more of that. So on the weekends, during the morning, I usually go to the gym, but perhaps if it's a nice day, I could go out there to the park to do my workout instead, and then yeah, in so doing, maybe try to catch some people's attention and or chat some people up.
For
So
sure.
that's yeah, kind of like my own workout as well as doing some business prospecting as well.
Yeah, you should definitely do that. I mean, a few of us will probably join you as well.
Yeah, join me in the park if you work out in the
Sunday,
park.
the park is
Yeah,
very packed of people, the maids, yeah. But they actually
yeah.
love
So maybe Saturday morning is better.
it. Depends on who you want to attract, like if you don't mind, getting, the maids as a prospect, then Sunday is full of them and they're very easy to talk to. and then you can try both days and see, you know, what's the difference as well. Yeah, Saturday there's probably like expats and families and that. So, oh, that's really good. Yeah, yeah, nice. So, yeah, anything else?
Not for now.
Oh, cool. Thank you for sharing, Sam. Max or Shafin, do you guys want to share anything with us in terms of what are you working on this week and what are you finding difficult? Or what,
I'm. Oh, sorry. Who's that?
what was that?
I'm. What am I working on right now? Right now, I'm a bit busy with my events on the 15th of March, so I haven't been doing too much. But I have another friend who's interested in the 10-day challenge, so I'm just like posting about the 10-day challenge. And for people through that, like for the challenges.
Did you say you have a friend who's joining the 10-day challenge?
She's interested in the 10-day challenge and also boot camp. She commented on some photo on Instagram, and I told her about boot camp.
Awesome.
And so she messaged me today
Yeah, nice.
after a couple of days. And she's like, tell me more about this boot camp, because I get a bit of anxiety when people like scream and yell at me. I'm like, no, that's not that kind of boot camp.
Nice, nice. You can bring her, you can invite her to come to our next boot camp. Yeah. And then your friend Natalie is interested in
Yeah, she's gonna do the 10-day challenge.
Yeah, great. You
Yeah,
can
this other friend is, she's got a wedding to go to in April, so she wants to get her body fit before then. Like, hey, we have other programs as well if you're interested in.
Well, make sure everybody, okay, here's the thing, right? I know a lot of you guys got people interested in the 10-day challenge. Make sure that they register early. So, you know, because remember it starts on the 12th. So we actually only have 1 week to get everybody signed up and then, you know, pass on the products and do the wellness evaluations and things like that. So just be aware of the time and make sure that we make an appointment with these prospects ASAP, right? Rather than leaving until last minute. So this is something I want you guys to be aware of, the time. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, schedule all the appointments next week so that everybody's ready to start with the products and, you know, the guides and everything on hand. I'll issue those out to you guys this week. Yeah.
Do they come to the club to pick up the products? Or
Yeah,
do you
of course, the club. Meet them at the club. If they cannot come to club, and just, you know, arrange an alternative. We have another minute and a half left. Sorry, Max, if you want to be our last important speaker. Oh, by the way, happy birthday again. Everybody say happy birthday to Max for Tuesday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. He had a blast. And okay, 1 minute for you, Max. Sorry.
Yeah, so I think I want to finish the challenge today, like today or tomorrow, and I hope that when we have the lunch meeting, we were having a lunch meeting on Saturday, right?
Oh, I think we're okay. I don't know about Shafin though. I don't know about Shafin's time.
No, I can't make lunch on Saturday because it's yeah.
Are you able to come out and then go back in?
Well, Iris is in Kowloon Park.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if we can meet up first and then, or we can actually have like a Zoom call or something like that. Okay, we can actually conclude that a little bit later. So, but I mean, worst comes to worst, the three of us can meet first, and then we have like a Zoom call or something. And yeah, like let me know what you guys prefer. Okay. So Max, your challenge guide is looking really awesome. You guys, some of you guys saw some of it right at the beginning of our presentation. It's looking really good. Just voice up to us if you need any like opinions or any sort of like feedbacks on.
Yeah. So